Anyways, yo, you guys seen the new Star Wars show?
Ayahuasca.
Star Wars ayahuasca. I'd drink that.
That's
I'd like to
definitely
try
Ahsoka.
ayahuasca one day. I heard it's crazy. Actually, I don't know if I want to try it.
You get real sick, right? Don't you like vomit when you drink
From
it or
what?
something?
From drinking that?
You can,
Yeah.
Just
It's
like
like
any
part of the
alcohol.
process.
Yeah.
Oh, off rip, you
What?
throw up?
You throw it up. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
pretty
Tony
sure
Did
you
you just
throw
say
it
it's
up.
regular alcohol?
No, I just said like no. I
Tony's
said like
binge drinking all day, apparently.
I'm saying like regular alcohol. Like you drink a lot of it, at some point you're gonna throw up because it's just too much. I didn't know it was the
this
first
shit is
sip
like-
you're throwing up.
It's not
It's
like the first
poison.
sip, but like, yeah, it's poison. Like,
Oh no, I'm good. Who the fuck wants to drink that, y'all?
People who want to hallucinate, have a psychedelic experience.
Just go eat
Go and see it.
shrooms.
just go talk to your ancestors.
I mean, this is I think it's this is the DMT shit.
Yeah,
right?
this is. I think it's linked to. I'm not sure if ayahuasca and the DMT is the same shit because I know the DMT is like a toad or a frog or some shit like that.
Yo, you gotta lick it.
I saw some crazy shit with some guy, and he was hitting it, but he had to blow it into the dude laying down, and I think that was either DMT. They called it the God molecule.
Ain't nobody blowing nothing at me.
Bro, he started like hugging them. It should started getting very bisexual.
It's like the guy on Fox News who said he has his record of heterosexuality has never been broken while looking at a mugshot of Trump, and he's like, Trump looks good and Trump looks hard. And that second part, I don't know how to interpret that. I'd like to think that he was saying that in this picture, Trump appears to be erect. That's what I want to interpret it. Because why else would he question the
was in that
heterosexuality
stance.
right before?
He's in that stance, like he looks hard, like he looks like a gangster. That's what he's saying. I don't.
Is he like this? I don't think he was like that. I
don't
think
know.
we just have like his neck.
South
I
Florida.
don't think they let you cross your arms like when you're taking a mugshot. I
South
feel like
Florida
there's a whole
Twitter
process.
let me know that he was throwing bowls out there like that. I don't know. The man might get a tattoo, a face tat. It could Kodak Black comes out and bails him out. That's what needs to happen.
Weren't we talking about Star Wars?
Star Wars,
Yeah,
I'm going back.
ayahuasca.
I'm going back.
Ahsoka. Star
It
Wars,
got washed
Ahsoka.
because of this alcoholic beverage bullshit y'all on. But anyways, I almost said Ayahuasca. Ahsoka. Yes. It starts off of after the show called Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. I don't know if any of you guys seen it or not. I have, because I'm actually a Star Wars fan. But damn, that attack, Pucho, you felt it?
No, it was so weak. All you got out of me was a chuckle. Like I saw what you were trying to do. It kind of feels like when my 4-year-old hits me. Like I need to tell them not to do it, but it didn't affect me.
You
at
mean
all,
like
you know what I mean?
Spence Jr.?
Yeah, like
those
Spence's
punches
hits on
didn't-
Crawford. That's what it felt like. But you know,
But
so
not
I gave
yet.
you the smirk. But yeah.
It gave. That's all I needed. Yeah, it literally starts off at the end of Star Wars Rebels. And that's why they give you a 2-parter for the first episode. But I don't know, man. I think this, just the first episode alone, I think this is gonna be a dope look at a female Jedi character, other than a Star Wars movie, right? But I don't know why, I just like her double wielding white lightsabers.
I think it's pretty cool so far. I've only seen the first part of the first episode, I guess.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting. I've never seen Rebels, so there's definitely some characters in there that I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, what is this talking about? But did you notice that, like, on the bad guys they've shown so far, at least in the first, I don't know if they expand more in the second episode or the second part or not. But the chick, she's got a Padawan braid.
I don't want to ruin it for you. I want you to watch it. It's part 2. It explains it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it too much for you guys. Pucha, did you see
Are
any?
we ever gonna talk about this again?
I mean, I might bring it up. I mean, I just don't know. If you don't care, I'll tell you. Like, but
Yeah, tell me. I want to
go for
know.
So yeah, she was a Padawan.
Okay.
And then the dude, that's
She's
her
a
master.
survivor of Order 66.
She was
Dude,
no, the guy is not her.
That's one of my problems with this show. Like, I really enjoy the show, but like, I am very confused as to like how suddenly we're finding out about all these Jedi that somehow survived like the Order 66.
So he was
like
one of the.
it's like Ahsoka's been around this entire time. Like, she's been around having her own adventures, and then there's also this thing. You remember in like the first Star Wars movie, like they talk about the Jedi, and everyone's like, they were like, I thought that was a myth. They're like, I didn't think that the Jedi actually existed. And it's been like 20 years, right? In this show, they're
Your
back.
ancient religion. The guy pulls out on Darth Vader, and it's like, dude, we were fighting a war over this shit 15 years ago. It's not that old.
and then this show is just straight up back to like, everyone knows that Jedi existed and who they were again, and it's not a surprise. Like, there's some inconsistencies in Star Wars.
So he's one of the original. He's one of the Jedi temple where they trained the kids and stuff. The master is one of the kids. They explain it because they decipher his lightsaber. He's like, oh, this is from ancient times. And like, you know, one of the OG originals and stuff like that.
35 years? 20 years?
I just love how Tony's hitting us with an explanation that makes zero sense.
You gotta watch it, bro. I mean, I don't know how else you want me to hit you with.
I just think words should suffice to explain
Words
it.
should
Like,
suffice.
it's just crazy. I don't know what you just said. The kid is a master. That's why he has a braid.
So no, the girl is a Padawan to the master. I forget his name. On the show, it's Ray. Balin. Balin's the master. He was one of the kids from the temple where they trained the Jedis. Obviously, that shit he left. He abandoned it. Took the lightsaber with him, obviously, because it's his. And through when he became joined the Empire, he adopted this Padawan, this apprentice, I guess you would say, right?
But they're
He
not
joined the Empire.
Yeah, and they're not
He's like
Sith either.
He's like more like a hired gunman, but he's definitely with the Empire. He's not leaving them.
Yeah, they're doing some interesting things here because like he's not actually a Sith. Like it is not like the Sith rule of two or whatever. He's just like a bad Jedi. It's almost what it is.
He's like a bounty guy. He's just hired to help them, find the general. I forgot the guy's name. I'm bad with names, but yeah, they just hire him.
The Star Wars, like Mateo was saying, there's a lot of inconsistencies. Like when they first developed these stories, it was like very simple. They had like they developed this world and they realized, oh, there's all this stuff we could flesh out, but then they had to like retcon so many things. So it's like, yeah, all this ancient stuff was like, oh, it was just like 17 years ago or 18, whatever, how many years, 19 years or something. Like Mateo was just saying, the rule of two, like historically speaking, the way they explain it is like, oh, there's only ever two Sith at any given time because of reasons, like power-hungry reasons. Basically, you got the master and you got the guy who's going to try to kill the master at some point. And the master's like manipulating him, string him along, all that kind of stuff. But then like in later stuff, you find out that like there's so many tiers to the Sith anyways. Like there's all those like Inquisitors where like when you watch like Solo, like all those were like a bunch of chicks with lightsabers and shit, like that were dark side. It's like they're all like Sith, but they don't have the title of Sith. It's just a little weird. The one thing I'm hyped for, okay, is they're gonna get into the Thrawn stuff, which is
that's the admiral they're looking for in this show.
Right. So those books were really cool. Ahsoka was not in those books, so I'm interested in how things are different. And they teased making new books, with Thrawn and Ahsoka, and I'm not sure is this after the Thrawn books or not.
It is
because
it's set like 9 years after the Battle of Yavin.
Oh, 9 years. For some reason, I thought this was in the gap.
No, I think this is set 9 years after the Battle of Yavin. So like this is.
So then this isn't right after Rebels.
Yeah, the Empire has been defeated, and they're forming the New Republic is what's happening. And I guess at some point in this time frame is when like the Empire comes back, like the what do they call them, the First Order or whatever the hell.
Right. Yeah, because in those books, Thrawn, after the Empire gets defeated, he basically almost rebuilds the Empire like under his wing, and then he gets like defeated and shit. And I'm not sure if this is that story or if this is the story of what happens to Thrawn after he gets defeated. You know?
Yeah, according to this, it said 9 to 10 years after the Battle of Yavin, 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that that this is the
Y'all know what they're talking about when they say stuff like this? Because I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
The
Are you
Battle of
talking
Yavin.
you talking to the audience?
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking to the. Wait, what? He's talking to the
audience?
guests,
They can't even
right?
talk back to you.
Well,
What
I
kind of
guess
question is
maybe
that?
I don't know.
If y'all don't know what the Battle of Yavin is, you need to take a cold hard look at yourself. Ask yourself who you are. Are you a man or a woman?
Are you?
What are you doing with your life? What gives you the right? These are the questions to be asking yourself.
The Michael Scott interview, the exit interview question. Who do you think you are?
Bro, after the Battle of Yavin, it was like the day Jesus was born. You know, when Jesus was born,
Really?
they started the new year. Like it's year 1 started, AD. That's the Battle of Yavin. It's it's before Yavin and then after Yavin. It's
Yep.
the Star Wars time. Like the shit started a brand new year.
You gotta
It's a
break it.
pivotal time in the galaxy.
You got to
Okay,
break it down
that
for
makes
Doe.
sense.
It was the Battle of the Death Star, bro.
Yeah, the first Death Star.
I don't know. Have you watched any of the Star Wars movies?
Yeah, I watched
What kind of
this.
question is that?
Yes, I've watched.
That's the type
Star
of question you ask Tony.
That makes sense.
Me?
The battle, the Death Star battle.
He didn't even know
I
what
didn't
yet.
know.
Bueno, patata. Anyways, that was old film, but that's when you had the Y wings or the X wings and shit, bro. That was a instant mega battlefield moment, bro. Like, I don't know. Oh, whatever.
Yo,
I'm in my feels right now. Pucho got me tight.
What, with the head turn?
Yeah, that shit had me tight.
Hey, first you hit me with the Y wings, and then you
Those
hit me
are-
with the
I meant X-wings.
instant mega battlefield moment. I don't even know what those
Like, it was
words
just, it was a big fucking scene. Like, everybody fighting in space to try to destroy the Death Star. It was fucking epic.
I have a question.
I always liked the Y-Wings, honestly. I thought they looked cool.
I have a question. A Star Wars question. An important question.
Uh-huh.
Was Jar Jar Binks as bad as everyone made him out to be? Or was it just we needed something to hyper focus our hate on?
There's a lot of problems with those movies. I don't know that Jar Jar's the main problem with those movies.
There's a cut of the prequels where they just remove Jar Jar Binks. It's better. It's better. Misa.
There's
No, we
also
don't need that.
a clip that's floating around where Anakin's about to do the pod racing and Jar Jar Binks is there, and then some animal farts in a sexual way, and Jar Jar Binks reacts to it. Everyone thinks that the fart is sexual in manner.
Wait. Go. That's what I want to go back to. They fart in a sexual way. What does that mean?
I don't know.
It looks like the animal gives him a look and then farts.
I mean, they're alien creatures, so who the fuck knows?
Yeah, so there's like a clip of it, and then everybody's watching.
I don't
I
know.
think
I've
it's like
never seen
there's
this
like a
clip.
look back.
Tony, is this the Star Wars conversation you wanted?
Nah, but anyways,
Jar
so
Jar smells the fart, though. Like it's
That's
very
cr-
sexual.
It's
And
very
it has no explanation to why they did this in the movie.
It's because when George Lucas was in his bag, he just started doing all types of shit. You didn't see all the re-releases of the first Star Wars movie? They just add more and more and more and more shit. Like, they added Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt was never in the first Star Wars movie. They put him in there. There's a whole scene with him talking. It's weird. Then there's like parts where there's just all types of creatures just like roaming the desert that were never there. But it was just like wide open desert scenes. Now there's like creatures, and then it's just like awkward shit. Like they're driving by in a speeder, and like this big fucking elephant thing is like blocking half the camera walking by, and it's like, what is it? It was never there. They're just like he's just like throwing more and more and more special effects into this movie. Like,
Dude, the Han Solo, the change in the who shot first thing is so goofy too, because like so many years after the fact, he's like, you know what? I don't think people are going to like Han Solo as much if he's just a murderer. So we need to go back and retcon this. And now he doesn't shoot first anymore. It's like, bro, it's like Han Solo is everyone's favorite character.
yeah, the way they edited it too looks horrible.
With his
like
weird little
so,
head
like,
turn.
It's like so fast. It's like it looks awkward what's happening. It's like they should have just left it. Also, I don't see how Han shooting first is a problem. The guy is literally there as a bounty
To
hunter
shoot
to
him.
take him back right now. We are about to take you to the guy who's going to execute you. It's like, you got carte blanche to kill this guy right now. This is self-defense. Like,
Yep.
I don't see the problem, but
Yeah.
Han did shoot first.
Shoot first, ask questions later. The rule.
Tony, those white lightsabers are sick though. Rosario Dawson killing it.
Bro, it's amazing. Like when she was in what was it? Was it the last season of Mandalorian? No, what other show she was in? Last
She was
season
in
of Mandalorian, right?
I think, right?
When
I think
she
she was.
when she got introduced into that, I was like, oh nah, this is fire. They have to make another show or with her in it. 'Cause, bro, it's like you never see any backstory of certain characters. You know what I mean? So it's great that we're getting these backstories. I love it. I love every part of it. I love where they're going with it.
I don't know. Every single new piece of Star Wars that comes out just tells me more and more how sloppy the Empire was. Order 66 was they didn't get even like 90% of the Jedis, dude.
I mean, realistically, though, it makes sense, right? If there's thousands of Jedi, how are they gonna do one move that'll like perfectly execute all of them? I mean, they got the bulk of them. They took out the chain of command. Like, you know, they obviously disrupted the Jedi Council and all that.
They gave it like a day, and then they were like, okay, now Order 66 is over. Whatever, we got most of them. I'm sure that will never come and bite us in the ass again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even the Jedi Fallen Order games, like, yeah, the kid's a survivor of Order 66. He runs into other Jedi that survived Order 66. So yeah, there's far more survivors than I think the like episode 3 lets on. Episode 3 makes it seem like it was
All of
a
them are
total annihilation of every
Yep.
single Jedi, and the only survivors are literally Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda.
So just to be clear, so I want to be correct. I don't want to be wrong.
I have yet to watch that movie, by the way.
It's probably the best one out of the pre-sequels, I think.
Really?
I think so. Clone Wars felt a little long. Phantom Menace is definitely more of a kid movie than the other two.
I'll disrespect that.
I mean, the pod
Tony's
racing.
favorite is the Phantom Menace. bro.
I will say
disrespect.
the Phantom Menace gave us some of the best Star Wars video games though, because those Star Wars pod racing games were sick as hell, dude. They were so good.
Don't ever disrespect the Phantom Menace, though. He's out there. Star Wars, Disney Plus. I need a Star Wars episode of just the Phantom Menace. Give me that. Give me. I want a whole season of just the Phantom Menace. I want a Sith Lord episode. That's what I just want a
What's
whole
his
season
name?
of that. What, the Phantom Menace's name?
First off, no one calls him the Phantom Menace. That's
Yes, yeah. No, I know.
Is that
I don't even know
I'm saying-
if the movie is named The Phantom Menace after him. I don't know if he's the Phantom Menace.
I've never figured out who the Phantom Menace is.
I think he is the Phantom Menace.
I don't know.
I have to Google that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to Google that now. I think that it is named after him. But while we're Googling that, I do. What the fuck was I gonna say before Doughboy? Oh yeah, so it's the beginning of this. It's a prequel to Star Wars Rebel, but it's not. It's before the last 2 episodes, from what this guy said online. Of it,
It's a prequel?
yeah, that's what they said. It's a prequel to the Star Wars Rebel show. Which
But
is
does
weird.
Star Wars Rebels take before the battle? Like,
It's weird.
I'm lost.
I think Rebels is a sequel to the Star
Clone
Wars,
Wars, right?
Clone Wars.
and then they're saying
I
that
think
this
it's-
Ahsoka so is a prequel to that.
But I mean, the Rebels takes place before Luke Skywalker and them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because Obi-Wan like fights Darth Maul in the desert and like is still doing Obi-Wan shit and not just hiding in the
Right.
desert, I think, right?
Right. So yeah, sorry, just to be clear, Tony was begging for a Darth Maul episode
thing, yeah,
or something
but
like that.
He is the Phantom
I
Menace, though.
blame all the fake ass people that didn't go and watch Solo. Okay, Solo.
Ugh.
All right, look, I'm rocking a Solo shirt for the people. Right?
Dude,
Solo was a good movie.
Solo's underrated.
Solo's underrated. It was a good movie. And in the post-credit scene of Solo,
Oh wow.
Darth Maul shows up with his mechanical legs. So they were planning something, and I think the movie didn't do good enough, so they just like dropped it.
Ooh.
It's a shame. I enjoyed Solo. I thought it was a better movie than I thought it was going to be.
So they
I
said
need to commit to it because I watched like the first 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and I wasn't in love with it. And
It was super lame how Han Solo got his name, though.
There's
He's
a
Han something. I don't know if he ever gives a last name. I don't know. But
Yeah, he has some. What about your people? He's like, I don't have any people. It's just me. He's like, oh, Solo, Han Solo.
so.
Solo.
Just to
Boom.
clarify,
Fucking Ellis Island his ass. They just gave him a name. Like,
Darth Maul is the Phantom Menace, but they're saying that it's also part that they include Darth Maul, or that they include Darth Sidious as also one of the Phantom Menace as well.
the Emperor.
Yeah.
They calls him Darth Sidious.
Well,
Can't just Star Wars
naming the
fan.
names, because people got mad when I said the Phantom Menace. It's like, oh, it's not Darth Maul. It's so
He is not the Phantom Menace. The Emperor is the Phantom, or Palpatine is the Phantom Menace.
I hate that man. I hate that man's neck. His hand signal to shoot lightning bolts. I hate that man.
I love in Battlefront 2, whenever you get faced against either a Jedi or anybody, everybody just runs the opposite way. It's like 32 people will run the opposite way once they see like fucking Darth Vader pop out or somebody
That
pop
shit's
out. I love
OP
it.
as hell, bro.
Yeah, no, everybody knows they can't. There's nothing they can do.
Dude,
I
that's
love it because
how
it'd
it's
be the
supposed to
most
feel, though.
realistic thing. Yeah, it's the most realistic thing. Like, imagine you hit a corner, and there was a literal fucking like a giant, like 14 feet tall, fucking big. You would just turn the other way and just start running. Ain't nothing you're gonna do. You're just out. Like,
not if you're part of the Night Watch, dude. Jon Snow sent his buddies down into that cave, and he told them, "Don't let that giant through." And they stopped
Gren
him.
the Giant Slayer, bro. He killed that giant.
That's honorable. That's the most
No, man.
honorable shit.
Yeah, I mean that's the most realistic shit though. Like that hallway scene at the end of Rogue One, dude.
The best.
It's so fucking good. Darth Vader's just a beast, man. He's just murdering dudes.
Would you say that Solo movie's the best one out of all of the recent ones that came out?
No, absolutely not.
No one
Best
said
one is
that.
the best one is
Oh, I
Rogue
thought you
One.
said that. My bad, Pooch. I thought you said that when you mentioned the.
No. I said it's good. That was my whole statement. It's good.
it's underrated.
Rogue One is arguably the best Star Wars movie.
100%.
It's a good fucking
Rogue
movie.
One is
Yeah.
It is.
Rogue One is the
From
best Star Wars
beginning
movie.
to end.
I wouldn't say that.
Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie. Andor is the best Star Wars show. Like
Yeah.
easy.
Andor is definitely the best Star Wars show. Rogue One is just missing the Star Wars, that magic. That's what it's missing. for
Yes.
me. There's
It's
no Jedi or nothing. Like,
I
there's
like-
just such a nostalgic feeling when I watch like the original trilogy. I don't get that feeling watching.
I don't know that blind monk
Rogue
dude
One.
doing the.
He feels like,
what is
yeah.
it? The force is with me, or whatever that mantra is that he's saying as he's over there kicking ass. That gave me some of the vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.